Thank you everybody for being here to support our wonderful river that cuts right through the heart of Norfolk, our wonderful Wensum, our priceless treasure. The story of the Wensum goes back 19 million years to the Cretaceous seas, which covered the whole of the south of England, at which time billions upon billions of tiny plankton rained down flakes of chalk to the seabed to create the chalk on which the whole of our civilization in eastern England is built. But in the world, there are only 300 or fewer chalk rivers. There are fewer than 300 of these extraordinary rivers. And the Wensum is in many ways the most priceless, in many ways the most precious of all of these extraordinary rivers, bursting with biodiversity, with rare species which inhabit only these environments. And we, as the people of Norfolk, are the custodians of this river. Nature in this country is declining at a catastrophic rate. We have evidence of declines in abundance of the species that are common and all around us. We have evidence of decline in the diversity of species. We have evidence that climate change, which is accelerating all of these problems, is massively changing the biodiversity around us. So what's our response? What's the response of the County Council? It's to continue building. It's to continue the model with which we have been fighting nature, defeating nature for all this time. We've walked today across tarmac. We've barely seen a street tree because we are right in the centre of built-up environments. And yet, just outside the city, we have this priceless, precious river bursting with biodiversity, and the County Council wants to build a road across it. What this road will do is manifold. It will destroy ancient habitats, habitats which have existed since the retreat of the Devonsian glaciation 12,000 years ago, habitats which are priceless stores of rare species, the Barbastelle Bat among them, one of the most charismatic species. Hold up your Barbastelle Bat now if you have many, many Barbastelle Bats. And we already know from the construction of the Northern Distributor Road that the mitigation, in inverted commas, that is put in place for the Barbastelle Bat is useless. We know that the colonies of Barbastelle Bats along the Northern Distributor Road have been obliterated by that road. And here we have one of the most priceless, precious, biggest colonies of Barbastelle Bats in the country. It will also compromise the chemical nature of the river and the surrounding land. We're now faced by a problem not just of climate change, but also nitrogen pollution, both of our soils and our rivers, and this road is going to lead to far greater problems. This is not just about standing up against a road. This is about standing up for a way of living which respects and loves and honours the natural world. This is about standing up for biodiversity in our midst. It's about standing up for a climate which is habitable for us, but also with the whole of humanity around the world, many of whom are threatened far more urgently by climate change than we are. And I commend to you our opposition to this ridiculous, crazy, destructive road. But above all, I commend to you our care for the River Wensum, this priceless, priceless river, which stands to be destroyed damaged, compromised by this ridiculous road. So together we will bring it to an end. We will protect the River Wensum. We will stand against its destruction. And thank you all very, very much for being here to shout your love for the River Wensum today.
Public transport, stop the Wensum Link! Public transport, stop the Wensum Link!
Now for the political rant. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you for coming. I was making an observation as I listened to that, and the Cretaceous period was also a period of dinosaurs. So you'd think the dinosaurs at County Hall might have some connection with the chalk beds in the River Wensum, but alas, no. Now I know that sometimes looking at the news, especially if you read The Guardian like me, it's like doom scrolling at the moment. It's hard to find hope. But actually the principled stand made by some of our local politicians on this issue should give us cause for hope. Together with campaigners, they have stalled, parried and blocked every machination of this Tory County Council and its corporate road building friends at every turn, and they should be applauded for what they've done so far. Like us here today, County knows this road is not just a white elephant that will do nothing for the long-term sustainable transport needs of this county. They also know that it's a death sentence for wildlife in the area. It's closing the one remaining wildlife corridor, closing it off, this city off from nature, choking those of us inside of it with the poison of millions of extra car journeys, a noose of steel that will surely strangle us all. The set-aside schemes and biodiversity offsets they've come up with are frankly pathetic, and they know it. Instead, they could be investing our money on schemes to repair nature, not destroying it. They could be investing in sustainable public transport systems, on electric buses, on free public transport across the county, cycle lanes, improved train connectivity and walking routes, and yes, electric carpool schemes, replacing the need for mass individual car ownership. We have an administration that is in the pocket of big business interests. Interests whose only goal is profit and growth at any cost. It's the same corrupted, perverted ideology that drives our own near-fascist government. A government that is about to commit a similar ecocidal crime and allow new oil extraction in the North Sea. A death sentence for the planet and everything living on it. I'll conclude by saying that if the Western Link project, as is likely, is pushed back till after the general election, then my message to any new government will be quite clear. Stop this disaster, pull the plug on it, and let's divert any central government cash to building an affordable, public, sustainable transport system here in Norfolk, jumping over the dirty roads of the rest of the country and building a future for all of us that is sustainable here and now. Thank you very much, Norwich.
I was raised by an amazing woman who has taught me from birth the deep importance of place and how valuable our connection and protection of land is. This love and protection and care for landscapes goes for the places you see every single day and those that you will never set foot in. And my solidarity is with every single person on this planet who is in this fight alongside us. But I was raised in between the thickets, hedgerows and woodland of Norfolk, and this landscape, flat as it may be, holds so much heart, hope and memory for me and many more. And these feelings have been there forever, long before the destruction of common land and the enclosures and the fences that labelled this wild landscape owned. This land belongs to nobody but itself. I've seen the effects of a careless government, poverty, homelessness rising, austerity, a struggling NHS, these false promises by the people in charge that justify inaction, funding cuts and a calculated attempt to undermine community and solidarity, an utter lack of care and love for the ground that we stand upon, and complete ignorance towards the ever-present climate crisis. Ecocide and extinction are happening right here, right now, and it's on our doorstep, and it affects every single one of our futures. We are the ones shedding tears for how our children will not be able to play in the woodlands and lands that we grew up in. And how are we going to explain to future generations that it was good for the economy when they can't farm the land that they stand on and drink the water and breathe the air? But by standing up for the ground that bore us and shouting for that which does not have a voice, and we will win this battle. The Wensum Link Road is one battle among many, but being here and seeing all of your faces together and hearing you all fills me with joy and hope and rage. And it is this hope and rage that wins these battles. Never stop fighting, and never stop fighting against those who want to sell the earth for private gain and enclose and obliterate it. This land is not theirs, and we will fight for it together. And never ever forget, the earth is not dying, it is being killed, and the people killing it will be held accountable. Thank you all.
So my name's Jamie, and I'm one of the county councillors on Norfolk County Council, one of the Green Party, having campaigned up against this road for a long time. Building new roads means more cars, more carbon, more environmental destruction. They're saying that the road is phenomenally expensive, costs £70 million a mile at least. That money could be going into social services, into the things that actually make a difference in people's lives right now. And people are saying on the streets to me, you know, potholes aren't being fixed, and yet they're wasting hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds on the Norwich Western Link. In fact, thinking about it, this year is when the Western Link should have been opening. And actually it's been delayed at least 5 years, and I think we can stop it because there's so many people out here. Yeah, we can stop it because there's people all over the county now who are saying that the county council is not in control. They're not in control of the finances, they're going in the wrong direction on the environment. There would have been a road, a train would off the Marriott's Way now if campaigners like the people here hadn't got together and stopped it. So thanks to everyone here, because we can stop it and it's going to work.
They're going to build a motorway through my back garden. No one can explain how I came to be chosen. They're going to build a motorway, they'll rip up all the trees. Soon the lorries will be zooming through me cabbages and peas.